So this panel hits home with me. You've all probably heard my struggles of trying to maintain a house full of children and dogs and husbands who are sometimes children. On Friday, I got home from Toronto last week at 2 in the morning, knew I was getting sick, so I called into work. I went to bed, I turned my phone off, and at 12:09, I got the text from the room mom in kindergarten that said, "Are you still bringing those cupcakes for the birthday party?" And I missed the party, and I missed the cupcakes, and I cried in front of the room mom. So one of you earlier said, managing the guilt.
Right.
How do you manage the guilt? Because it's not only on the family side. There's the days I do take off to spend with my children, and I miss the big meeting that I was supposed to be leading, and it's a constant struggle.
I start telling myself, and this is very recent, so it's like sometimes it takes forever to figure this out, but this is the best I can do today, and that's okay. And you have to forgive yourself for. Nobody can do it except for Linda, 24 hours straight, and it's like, nor should you, know, and I think I got taught that really late in life, and it's okay to say that I have a limit, and this is what I can do within that limit, and you manage to it the best you can.
One time going back and forth to Shanghai quite often, and I've tried everything. I said, let me go for 10 days, I'll just finish everything. 10 days was too long to be away. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it all in a week. It takes a day and a half to get there, a day and a half to get back. You don't never know what time it is. You don't sleep the whole week. I get home from one of these trips, and in my head, I always felt like, all right, I've been away, okay? Not at work. I've been away, and I would come home and want to be super wife and super mom. Like that's just how I'm wired. And I'll never forget, I forgot to sleep. I forgot I didn't eat in 21 hours. I haven't slept in a week. And I just said, I'm going upstairs, unless the house is on fire, don't come and get me. Because if you don't sleep, and I was saying to the girls before, I think guilt is such a wasted emotion anyway, because it just nothing good ever comes out of it. If you're sick, you gotta lay down and be sick. School mom calls you up and you forgot the cupcakes. You know what? Next week, how about I do it 2 times? Like, when I'm feeling better, I guarantee I'm gonna show up with cupcakes. If you get tired and you're sick, and I came home from a trip once, remember I landed up in the hospital for 5 days, because I was exhausted. So you just have to take the guilt, freeze it.
You learn to live with it, okay?
Yeah.
Even once
That's what
Gabrielle, my beautiful daughter here, as an adult, we were supposed to have a birthday dinner, and our plane got delayed, and when we came, it was like right after that Meryl Streep movie, like Osage County, and that's what the dinner was like. And I think I was Meryl Streep. And I said, you know what? We're going to have a do-over. And we did. And we had a beautiful, memorable dinner. We had 2. and that's the way it goes.
Your kids forgive you too.
Yeah.
And I think that, my kids are older, 18 and 25, and I used to always tell them, you wouldn't like mommy if she didn't work. And your kids, they learn, and for me, with my kids, I feel like they have grown up being independent and self-sufficient, and their own beings. And I think because I was a working mom and not there all the time, and hopefully there when they needed me to be, then they grew up to be the individual persons that they are. But there is no right way, there is no process. You have to get over the guilt, and you just have to do it.
I've traveled ever since my daughter was born. And a couple of friends of mine decided we were going to go on a spa vacation for a couple of days to Scottsdale, Arizona. So we all meet at the airport, everything's good. They're making plans. Okay, where's the mall? I have to make sure I bring home a gift. I have to do this, I have to do that. The kids were calling them every 5 minutes because they had never left. They were stay-at-home moms. The kids are calling them, the husband's calling them, what time am I supposed to pick the kids up? No one, I said, you girls, you don't do that. You go away on a business trip, you take home the do not disturb sign and a shower cap. That's what you bring home and a little bar of soap. They love the little soaps. You don't go shopping when you're on a trip.
Or the
Like you have
brownies.
to just you bring home like a little soap, a little shampoo. They love all the little stuff.
It's okay to ask for help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to repeat that.
It's
It's
encouraged.
okay to ask for help. Okay?
I think you strengthen your relationships with your network too when you do that. You know, when you kind of flex and you say, "Hey, I'm in a bind. Can you help me out? I'm feeling guilty. I can't do this." You're doing the next best thing. And when I started doing that, because I don't have any family that lives here, so I have adopted family along the way, and they're always so wonderful. You don't realize what people will do for you until you ask.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the relationships that I have established since then, they are family.
I was going to comment on something else, but more on the work side. You know, as you mentioned, you missed a large presentation, and that happens a lot. And I have extreme FOMO, and I have to kind of try and like channel that into like, it's okay, I'm gonna miss this. It's okay, I'll still be respected. I'll still have my job. You know, there's those choices, whether it's conflicting client demands or you know, it always comes up, and I think that's where I finally have gotten to the piece of saying, I made a choice today, and I'm going to live with my choice. And I found that over the years, boundaries were kind of challenging for me, and setting those boundaries too in your work life and personal life, people will respect you more for it. And there'll be another presentation.